Hi, this is Brad Rosley. Thanks for tuning in again today. Today we're going to talk about flexible savings accounts versus health savings accounts and the differences and really why I love the health savings account yet again. I've talked about this in other videos. It's a great savings tool for retirement. I love it, love it, love it. It's one of the first things I do personally and for my clients. FSA, Flexible Savings Account, stands for something that is available through some employers if they allow you to set up money where you can put aside tax-deductible money out of your paycheck, put it into what's called a flexible spending account, a segregated account, and use it for the current year's medical spending. In this case, it has to be a qualified medical expense, which is the same as an HSA. I'll get to that in a minute. With a flexible spending account, one of the difficulties is trying to figure out how much you should put away in the account. The reason that matters is because it's a use it or lose it proposition. So obviously some people have prescriptions and other things that they know they're going to have every year, and they can give a really good estimate of what the cost is going to be. However, as we know with medical expenses, you never quite know what's going to come up during the year. It's one of the problems with the flexible spending account. I would use the flexible spending account if that's all I had. I would put in what I knew I was going to have for annual expenses, like I said, with things like prescriptions and maybe dental costs or things like that, for teeth cleans. But other than that, I wouldn't put any more money in there because I'd be afraid of losing the money. Health savings accounts are entirely different. Number one, you have to have and choose an option through your medical insurance to have a high deductible health insurance plan that qualifies for allowing you to set up a health savings account. A health savings account, you can put up to $3,600 as an individual in 2021, and that usually increases a little bit every year. It's $8,200 as a couple, and you have another $1,000 kicker that you can put in if you're over age 50. The big difference here is while you can use it for the same QME qualified medical expenses as a flexible savings account, you either use it or keep it. That's right, you keep it. So you can fund it, tax-deductible contributions, and whatever you don't spend rolls over to the following year in your account. It also can grow over time. We'll get to that in a minute. With an HSA, you actually get a debit card or even a checkbook if you want it, and you can simply go to the doctor or pay your prescriptions at the Walgreens, whatever it might be, and just use your card. And if at the end of the year you have a balance, it's still your balance. You can keep contributing the following year and grow that account balance over time. QME is an interesting term. QME is qualified medical expenses. The government lays these out in the IRS tax code. Some of them include things like crutches, chiropractor, prescriptions, birth control, vision care, over-the-counter medicines, including Advil and things like that. Other things that might be on the list are vaccines, laser eye surgery, lab work. All those things are on the list of qualified expenses. You can even do things like nasal sprays and cold and flu medicine, lice treatments. I'm reading off a list here. There's a whole bunch of things. Some things that might also be eligible are things like a weight loss program if it's for a special program diagnosed by a physician. Some things that are not eligible: dental floss, cotton swabs, deodorant, baby oil, spa salts, humidifiers. Some things that health club membership is not eligible. Some of these things are not eligible. Again, there is a list on these things. One of the things that most people don't know that are eligible qualified medical expenses are dependent care expenses, like before and after school programs, custodial elder care programs, in-home or daycare center programs. Pre-kindergarten might even be qualified. Nursery school, believe it or not, might be qualified. I don't know how that falls under qualified medical expense, but they have a broad definition there. So this qualified medical expense is key to how you spend the money. So that way, if you put money in a tax-deductible manner, it also comes out to pay these expenses, whether it's in the flexible spending account or the health savings account, tax-free. Now, flexible spending account has no room to grow your money. If you don't lose it, it's gone. HSA is different. HSA grows potentially if you leave money in the account. I don't spend the money. I spend very little money that's in my health savings account. I try and spend money from other savings. Why would I do that? Well, I grow the money in the account. I keep a little balance in the interest-bearing portion of the health savings account, and I put the rest in a brokerage account, and I buy stocks and mutual funds and exchange-traded funds and let it grow over time. Because I want to have that balance grow over time. That's the big advantage of the health savings account. I might need it for long-term care premiums, long-term care cost. I might use it to buy supplemental insurances to my Medicare. I can use that money as premiums, towards premiums, and get it out tax-free. I'm going to have a tax-free medical spending life because I've fully funded health savings accounts and generally don't use them very often. So how much should you put in, or how much should you keep in if you can afford it? Well, at a minimum, I'd like to keep in my health savings account my liquid money at an amount equal to the deductible in my health insurance plan, which is often around $1,500 or $2,500 on a high deductible plan. So that's how I like to keep in, just in case something happens and I have to come up with deductible money. You may also want to look at your healthcare plan's total out-of-pocket maximum, because after your deductible, there's often a copay or co-insurance, I should say, where you might be on the hook for 20% up to a certain amount of claim. So maybe your total out of pocket might be $5,000 or some other number. You can look at your insurance policy to figure that out. And in that case, ideally, you'd want to have enough in case something horrible happened and you had a large claim on your health insurance, you'd have that money available. That obviously can give you a lot of peace of mind. So once again, the main difference between the HSA and the FSA is it's use it or lose it for the FSA, use it or keep it for the HSA. I've got several other videos on my channel about health savings account HSAs that I think you should take a look at. It's been a fantastic vehicle for me and my family. I recommend also for all my clients. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask them, and I will reply to those as best I can. Really appreciate your listening again today. Give me a like and a thumbs up and a subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. I have a lot of tax-related videos on my site as well. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a great day.